Potential. Live life your way. And it's Tuesday evening. I know I say this every week, but it is absolutely the truth. Tuesday evening is my favorite time of the week. Why? Because I get to be online with you. I get to be on my show, talking to amazing people and having a great time. So tonight I have a very good friend of mine who is, we became really fast friends.
Yeah,
Like instantly, and we've kept in contact. Her name is Lisa Green with an E. Yes, because I'm always doing right. The one with that. You know, when my ex-husband, his father's name was Green, and he had his mother's name, which is Sumter. And when we got married, he wanted me to change my name to Noreen Green. Can you imagine me as a Noreen Green? So many E's. I don't know. This is like a lot of E's, right? So anyway, yes, Lisa. Lisa is in the beauty and wellness sphere, right? Okay. And I sort of think of you as a woman with alien technology.
Don't give it away.
Right? Because it's, you know, you have all these products that are like so unusual. And I must say, Lisa did my hair once and it was fabulous. She blow dried this thing bone straight, like this, bone dead straight. And we really, like, it lasted a day. And then in the morning, at night, while I was sleeping, it like secretly curled itself back up. Look, this is not going anywhere, you know. So welcome, Lisa, to the show. So welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. It's my pleasure, you know. So Lisa, just tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from originally? Because
Actually, Queens.
You're originally from Queens. So you're a New York girl.
I'm tried and true.
You know, but you have this thing like you're from somewhere else.
Why does everyone say that?
Really?
Everyone says that. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Well, you seem like you're from, I don't know, somewhere else.
Mars?
Just not, maybe that's where the alien technology comes from. But no, you just seem like you're not a native New Yorker. I don't know. Maybe it's just your disposition.
Possibly.
You're just too nice. Well, New Yorkers are nice. Come on.
Yeah, we get a bad rap.
New Yorkers are really nice. I was thinking about that earlier.
We are.
Yeah, New Yorkers
just have to have a crisis.
I don't even think in a pinch.
For it to come out.
I don't have that experience. I have it that New Yorkers are great. You meet the occasional nut job, but you know,
well, that's
overall for me,
that means a lot coming from you because you're not a New Yorker.
Yeah, I love New York. I think that, you know, New Yorkers, compared to all the places that I've been to, they're more helpful, they're kind. You know, they will take time with you, even though it appears like we're busy doing nothing, rushing around.
Right.
It's not the truth, because people will stop. And answer your question and direct you.
If you're in need, for sure.
And they'll help you out.
That's true.
I'm a New Yorker. I help people out. So, you know, hey, I'm going to tell you, I'm a Trump. So I'm back on Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way. And welcome to all the new people that haven't been on my show before. I'm really grateful. I did something right this week. So tonight I'm speaking with Lisa Green from Luxury Hair. But you have, that's the baby part of the company that you have a major part.
Well, yes. The parent company is International Virtual Corp.
Right.
And then Luxury Hair Plus is one of the DBAs.
Right. And then but you do a lot of stuff.
Right.
She does a lot of stuff, right? Because you also have a part of your business that makes wigs.
Right.
Right. Which, like, they're handmade and each freaking strand is hand knotted.
Exactly. And the base, everything is handmade, not just the ventilating, because that's what that's called.
Right.
The hand knotting is the technical term for it, is ventilating.
Right.
And so that's one portion of a wig, but then you have the base, which it's like without a proper base, you can have the best ventilating in the world if the base is not fitting. It's like a suit, a custom suit. The difference between a custom suit.
Right. Well, you know my wig story.
Oh, yes. I won't tell it though.
It was a riot. Did I ever come here with a wig? I don't remember. It was probably really hot. My sister said I was always doing it.
Right.
Like my white girl moment. I loved it. So you make wigs. You do you make wigs from scratch.
Yes. And we teach.
Oh, also she teaches. What else do you do?
Yes. So and then for, I guess if we want to stay a little bit on the wigs, we also, for people who are suffering from cancer, right, for chemo, we do, it's interesting because obviously if we can catch them before they actually start treatment,
right,
we can actually harvest their own hair.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So it's the effort of making them really feel more like themselves.
Right.
What better than to have them have a wig made of their own hair?
Oh, wow. So if they know they're going to have chemo and know that they're going to have
yes, and if they have a nice head of hair, I can take it. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And
do you hear that, people?
It also saves them from the trauma of losing it.
Right, because they have something.
Because it's not nice. Yeah, it's not nice to see your hair, falling like that. So
my sister's hair fell out. All of her hair fell out.
You see, absolutely.
She had the ugliest wig ever, though.
Unfortunately.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. The ugliest wig ever.
No.
I was like, what are you wearing?
Why? Right.
I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Thank you for the love, whoever that was. Yeah. So you can, so a person that has short hair like mine.
No.
You couldn't.
No. It's not that. It's for somebody who
has long.
Who has long hair.
Right.
Right. So I mean, if you have short hair,
just get like a short little.
You just
afro.
get a short, right?
It's not going to happen.
Right, which is interesting too because we also do custom textures.
That's right.
So I can actually create your texture exactly, but naturally, not with no chemical and so on.
And you make a lot of wigs for people in the theater, and I'm not asking you to say who you make wigs for or anything like that. But, you make a lot of.
We
wigs
work with
celebrity people.
Well, here's the interesting piece: is that we provide hair for people who are making wigs in Broadway because that's really where I got started in hair. I don't know if you've been here long enough. Do you remember that there was a store on 8th Avenue on the west side in the Broadway. Okay. Yeah. Well, the celebrity.
Maybe my Broadway people would know.
Okay. Yeah, they would know. Right. It was called Ray's Beauty.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's the kind of the go-to. Right. And so, I was their sole hair provider.
Right.
How
did you get into that?
Oh, that's another story because I kind of transitioned from one career into another.
School of Insurance.
No, it wasn't that actually. From a magazine because I was publishing a magazine. I think I told you that before.
You told me about the magazine.
Yes, right. And
this is a woman of lots of trades and lots of skills. Go ahead.
And so transitioning from that, advertising started to get a little, difficult.
Right.
You know how that goes, after 9/11 and so on, the current changed.
Right.
So it's like, I always say if you're an entrepreneur, it's success happens, but you also have to know when to cut your losses.
Right. When to quit.
It's super important.
And it's not quitting, it's just cutting your losses.
No, cutting your losses and understanding, okay, well, you know what? That worked for then.
Right. Got to create.
Let's move on. Right.
So if you were to describe or share with somebody who is looking to become an entrepreneur, what would you say are some of the skills and talents that you have to have, or how do you build yourself, create yourself?
Well, for me, I think one of the most important things is to be able to self-discipline. Because when I first got into my head that that's what I really wanted to do, it's like the battle of, okay, so now you're working for yourself. Do you pop the TV on?
Right.
Right. Are you going to pop the TV on, or are you going to go and, fish for leads? Right. And it's just so to speak.
Right.
So it's really to have, really have discipline and to really understand that, it begins and ends with you.
Right.
So use your time wisely and to try to seek people who've already been there and succeeded.
Support. Right, exactly. It's funny, I was having a conversation this weekend with two ladies, and one works for somebody and the other one runs her own business. And so she was getting ready to close up, and one said to them, how comes you're always the last to close up? And she said, because I'm just always the last to close up.
Okay.
Where we were. And I said, she's an entrepreneur, right? And so she's not just going to close, it gets to 6 o'clock and she's just going to close the door. No, there's things that she has to mentally prepare for the next day or the next week or whatever the case may be. So the other person said, well, what for me, when 4:45 and I know I'm leaving at 5, I'm packing up my desk and I'm putting my things away. And I said, yeah, because you're not an entrepreneur.
There you are.
You are guaranteed a salary whether
That's
you
it.
do any work or not.
That's it.
Right? I said, she has to create, the difference is that you have to create your own salary,
right?
You know? And so she was like, oh, really? She goes, no, I'm out of there. 5 o'clock on the nose, I'm out of there. I said, because she just couldn't get it. That she's not an entrepreneur. You know, as a person that is making their own salary, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a hustler, it doesn't matter what you are. At the end of the day, we're all hustling for that dollar. To take care of whatever we need. So you have to be willing to, you kind of have to have foresight. You kind of always have to be growing, and you have to have this reticular activator that's always scanning the horizon for the thing that's next.
Perfectly said.
You know, and so she just couldn't get it though. But
it wasn't for her to get.
Exactly.
Because, you know, some do and some don't.
Right.
That's why the whole world is not full of, right.
That's right. It's only a select few, and it's hard work. So you make the wigs, which they're fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
You make, and then tell us about your new. Oh yeah, you got this technology with the. Tell us about the pants.
Oh no.
I want to know about the pants.
You know, here's the interesting thing about the pants. I had toyed with in my head. Excuse me, with the mic. Because there's so much going on with, you know, the transition in me getting to having the pants, right? And so at this point, I thought to myself, let's leave something for next time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because people are going to want them.
Right.
I mean, these things are so spectacular that, you know, it's like teasing people.
Right. Oh, okay. We're not going to tease you all.
Right.
But like, she's got some really great.
Because they're not stocked yet.
Right. And you don't want to be,
yes.
You know, it's just, I don't want to be Oprah, you know, like it says, the pants. What pants? And then all of a sudden I say the pants and you're like, you know, everyone wants
I can tell you what they do.
Right. Tell me what they do.
Okay.
She'll tell us what the pants do.
So it's kind of a therapeutic fabric. And what it does is
it like compression?
It's not compression.
Okay.
It's not like anything that already exists, which is what makes it so
technology.
Cool. Yeah. Mars.
Okay.
So yeah, it's, you know, oftentimes when we see things that are cutting edge, right? Those things often come from somebody else's idea that really didn't do it 100%. Right.
And somebody else
saw it and built. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yes, there are garments out there now that are supposed to do various things. Compression, obviously. There are some out there that are for weight loss, right? Tummy slimming and.
But is it tummy slimming? Like, remember those waist nippers? Remember that thing that was out there, and you literally, it was like wearing a vice.
Yeah,
I bought it, wore it once, and that was it.
Yeah, it was a big deal for a while. It was all over social media. Yeah. It's absolutely not like that. There's no compression involved.
Right. No suffering.
No suffering.
Stuffing and suffering.
Exactly. So there, and then it's also with those garments, often what you are losing is really water weight.
Right.
So you know the danger of that. What happens is that you get all giddy. Oh, look at me today. And all you do is wait a couple days and that water comes right back on.
Right.
And
I was reading something the other day and it was saying that water can actually kill you. Like if you drink too much water.
Absolutely. I don't believe you're saying that because I literally had a conversation yet again. That is crazy. My girlfriend, whose husband is literally dealing with that over a month or two ago, and landed in the hospital.
What, he was drinking too much water?
Too much water.
How much water was he drinking?
A lot. He was like, and not eating.
Was he on a water diet?
I didn't get that deep into it. Right. But he landed in the emergency room and it was serious.
Right.
Like really serious.
They said that, actually the stomach really can only hold 4 big cups of water.
Got it.
Anything over that, your organs start to drown.
Well, she didn't explain it to me in its entirety, but she did say, Lisa, he's in the hospital. And it's bad.
The OD's on water.
Right? Like, who knew?
I know. What were they? There was this other thing. I read such nonsense sometimes. I was reading this thing and it was saying like you need 240 avocados for it to kill you. I'm like, who is
oh my God, who and who even avocados? Counts? Right.
Really? It's crazy. But with the water, you can actually drown. Like you can drown your organs. Too much water.
Right. Now, well, you've explained it now because. I didn't really dig deep into.
Right.
I was so like confused about the fact that water could actually land him there.
Right. And it did. So it pulls out the water.
So it doesn't.
Oh.
The ones that are on the market now, that's what they do. They basically, they dehydrate you, right?
But don't you get crinkly, wrinkly skin when you get dehydrated?
You can, and you get drawn, right? You can look a little haggard, right, from dehydration. It takes, the plumpness,
right? So what would you? Okay, so we talked about like that, but there's another area that I want to talk about, and you probably know about it, like anti-aging. When did anti-aging become such a thing?
Well, I think honestly, it was always a thing.
Right.
I believe it was always a thing, even back to Nefertiti.
Right. Cleopatra.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I think what happens is that as we were talking about earlier, is that they just become new labels for what it is.
Right. So now it's Neutrogena's banned the word
anti-aging.
Anti-aging. They now call it pro skin. So skin health and things like that.
Exactly.
Right. So because you can't stop aging.
You can't.
How the hell? The only way that you can stop aging is to die.
That's not good. That's not a good option.
And then everything will look good. No, but it's like, the anti-aging, anti-wrinkling. There's another thing that we as Black women or Black women say is like, Black don't crack.
Oh, that's not true.
Okay, talk to me.
Oh, that's so not true.
Okay. So Black don't crack. What do? I think we droop.
Thank you. That is absolutely true.
Right.
That is right. We droop and we do crack. It depends. It depends. I mean, if it's just a matter of how you live your life.
Right.
So environmentally, if you are doing things that are it's going to cause your skin to dry up.
Right.
Yeah, it will crack.
Like alcohol.
Yes, absolutely. You
Smoking.
said it. You said it. Thank you.
What else? Alcohol, smoking.
If you're sick.
Yeah, if you're ill.
Right.
Yeah. But I do know with the drooping. Oh, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Just imagine a natural alternative for targeted fat loss without invasive surgery or procedures. Sounds too good to be true? Introducing anion cupping therapy. Beyond traditional cupping, which effectively eliminate toxins from the body, anion cupping is an advanced therapy that also releases negative ions, far infrared, and more, delivering added benefits for overall body transformation. Sometimes when it's too good to be true, it's simply revolutionary. Learn more by visiting LHP4beauty.com and search anion therapy. Get informed. Get transformed.
So we're back on Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way. And I am starting some controversy. I'm going to start what's that man said? Some sugar, honey, SHIT, sugar, honey, iced tea. I'm going to start some sugar, honey, iced tea. I learned that today. Right? Black does crack.
I mean, we are a lot more resilient.
Right.
By a stretch, for sure.
Right.
It's just that what happens is that people think, though, what happens is that with that saying, you think you're invincible.
Right.
So I can smoke, I can do this. Guess what? I'm gonna, it's not gonna affect my skin.
Right.
Because I have all this melanin.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that I feel that my skin has drooped. And since, like if you see my pictures, I've got this nice juicy round face, right? Which I love my little fat face. And now that I'm losing weight, I can see like around here.
That's exactly what happens.
The droop area. And I can see around here, they had this conversation about nasal folds.
Right.
But right up in here.
Right.
I can see the difference.
That's right.
In my face. And also when I go down like that, I never got my face down.
You sure? I didn't say that.
But I know when I got my face down and I'm looking down, it droops. Come on. Right. It's not as like plumpy and firm as it was when it was chubby.
Right.
There was a lot of fat under there, but now there's not. So there's like in these areas, And it's always these areas that start and these areas that start to go first,
right.
you know? So but I'm not putting that stuff.
Don't
I'm not
you?
shooting things up in my face.
There's other options.
Yeah, I have and you know what I think also is that like I'm gonna say African American women.
Yeah.
We do those things like the Restylane and
absolutely,
and do all those various different treatments and stuff like that. I just don't think we talk about it as much.
That's not true. Well, maybe, okay, I shouldn't say it isn't true. What I should say is that I found with my clients, obviously, because I'm in the business,
right,
that you don't see it as often, obviously,
right.
but my clients were quick to say, yeah, I had fillers.
Yeah, but they will tell you that.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Right.
You mean they won't just go and advertise?
Because something happened to your face. Well, I had a filler.
Right.
No, it's like, oh, really? Oh, no. It's just like maybe that cream.
Okay.
You know? But
funny.
It's like, because I had a friend who went and had that Restylane thing. She must have went to the back street because
it didn't look good.
It was all sort of, she looked like the lion from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. I'm not one to subscribe to it. I don't knock anybody for doing it. But I guess because, I'm fortunate enough that I have other options. Right.
There are other options.
What
are some of these options?
Other options. Well, first of all, there is okay, where do I start? Right. There's a million. You said yes,
because
you said drooping. So when you think about drooping comes from lax, from your skin being lax. Right. And your skin, that happens obviously from losing weight or age or whatever. Right. So
I think it's a combination of age and losing weight.
For sure.
And I'm scared. That's the thing I'm scared of. Go ahead. Face down here.
No,
what happened to your phone?
You don't want that.
No. Go ahead.
So what you do is that you do treatments that will help your train your skin to stay.
Right. Is it like building more collagen?
To basically stay. Well, building collagen is one of them. Right. Naturally building collagen.
Yes.
There are products out there now that once you put the product on and then use certain devices, it helps to plump without having to use a filler. Right. The anion therapy, which is something else that we offer. It's based on cupping. Mm-hmm. Right. I told you a little bit about that before. That's also for your face. Right. And the difference between the anion therapy and your traditional cupping is that traditional cupping is manual. Right. So the cup is heated up, it's placed on the body, and that withdraws the toxins. Right. Right. The anion therapy is based on the same premise, right, but instead it's through a machine. So instead of it breathes. So instead of using artificial heat, or heat to withdraw the toxins, you're getting the machine is actually pumping and pulling. Right. Pumping and pulling. So it's breathing. Right. So it's when it breathes in, it pulls the toxins, and when it breathes out, it's now giving you negative ion therapy, which is amazing. It's also giving you far infrared therapy. Right. And then if you use specific cups within, the arsenal, it can also give you vibrational therapy, magnetic therapy. So that's why it can do so much.
You know what I've had is sound therapy.
Yeah, this is like sono, like sort of like sono.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really relaxing. And because you lay on this bed and it's like a water bed or some sort. And the sounds get funneled through.
That's interesting.
That was really good.
That's interesting.
I just wanted to stay there all
Like
day.
I said, there's so many things you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just have to be aware.
Well, I wouldn't want to do any cutting or any kind of shooting things in my face.
No.
Or, not me.
You don't have to.
It's so funny because I had a friend who she did Botox.
Oh boy.
And Botox it's a bacteria.
Yeah,
right?
botulism.
Right, botulism. And so some people, you could get a bad batch where your eye,
I've seen it.
Eye was droopy.
That's
like
so
one
scary.
eye was up, one eye was down.
That is bad.
There was nothing
they can do about it.
She just had to work it out.
Right.
So she had to walk around with a droopy
so horrible.
eye for like 6 months.
That's horrible.
And sunglasses.
That's horrible. I actually spoke to someone who's a professional who administers it. Right. And it had happened to one of her clients, and after that she felt so bad that she just stopped. She stopped doing it.
Yeah, but there was something else that I saw today because there's so many things. Like there's two things that I want to talk about. One is that cream that they always have on Facebook, right? Who's this?
Which one?
We had a bad The thing that we saw on Facebook, where you put the cream on, right? It's coming out of Asia. That worries me, right? You put the cream on, and it in seconds.
You mean
you see
the Hanicure?
I don't know what it's called.
There's so many different things out there.
But you put the cream on, all of a sudden the wrinkles go.
Yeah. But
is that for real?
Well, yes and no. So depending on which product you're talking about, but I know that there are ones out there like Hanicure is pretty good. And then Hanicure, yeah. So I'm plugging somebody else.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, if it's good, it's good.
Right.
And then there are other products out there that's supposed to, you put it on and you take it off. And what happens is that there's this film left on your face and it looks really unnatural. And it's kind of like pulling.
It's jello.
It's pulling. It's like you got a cake of stuff. So if you put makeup on over it, it doesn't go on smoothly. And it just, if you go online and you look at reviews for those products, everyone will always say, yeah, sure, it did make my face tight, but it's like white, but it looks like white. No, it never, not that.
Well, and there's another thing with see, what's good about you is that everything is organic, pretty much organic.
Exactly.
Right? And there's no pulling, cutting and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And the face is such, for me, right? I'm not an artist, but I do like people's faces. But the face is it's such a specific thing that if you cut and you just cut that little bit too much, right? I had a friend who had she had her eyes done.
Okay.
And I was like, why?
Right.
Because the moment I saw her, I was like, what did you do?
What did you do? Right.
It
doesn't look natural.
When you got bad surgery.
Yeah.
When somebody goes, what did you do?
Yeah.
Not like, hey, you look so refreshed and lovely.
Sad.
Well, that's what they'll tell you, look refreshed and lovely. But her eyes were just like, they were way out there. It's horrible. But you know what I do love? Botched surgeries.
You mean the show?
Yes. Botched. Is it called Botched Beauties or something like that? It's on Netflix. Botched Bodies. And it's all the bad surgeries that happen in Europe. That apparently there's 60,000, there's not a lot of people in England, 60,000 surgeries or more surgeries happen per year. And a few of those are where people literally, one girl, she like I talk about people not having surgery. This black girl, she had her breast done because she had a huge breast and she wanted to get them reduced.
Smaller.
But then after they did her breast, she looked like she had camel humps. It was horrible. And she was so disappointed because she got that money and all that money.
Yeah, right.
And then it's not so expensive there though, actually. And she had these humps, so her breasts were like long sausages.
Oh gosh.
It was horrible. And then there was this other lady, it was really sad. She looked like she had a shark bite on her stomach. She went for a tummy tuck. And it looked like somebody had taken a bite out of her stomach.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's just a lot of really bad surgery, a lot of bad infections, just a lot of
and then you have people who are traveling outside of the country because they're
they
getting it for vacation
surgeries or something like that.
Exactly.
So have you ever bumped into people that they've done a bad job and now they want to fix it?
For sure.
I mean,
absolutely, because sometimes people will come to me because the machine does so much. So it actually can enhance your breast.
Right.
Like you could naturally enhance your breast. Right. You can naturally shape your body.
Right.
So, sometimes they'll come and they want, and you can't.
Oh, they want to do something with the breast.
It's damaged.
Oh, God,
you can't.
It's terrible. Yeah, my sister, God forbid, God rest her tiny soul. She had gotten a mastectomy, one breast.
Right.
And I said, are you going to rebuild it? She's like, no. I said, why? She goes, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that must be really shocking to look at every day when you take a shower. That
I can't imagine.
Been very healthy for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, no, she's not doing it. And she never did it.
Wow.
Yeah, she never did it. But I was watching something else on TV the other day. I know you came here to talk about, but these are the side effects of when you get bad services and things like that. And I know you're good services. I've had your services. It's great. I saw this thing on Facebook where Facebook has its downside, but it has its informative side. And if you look at all these Instagram, social media things, there are the informative sides. This woman this woman had a breast augmentation.
Okay.
And what happened was that she went for a mammogram, which I never in a million years thought of. Breast augmentation, mammogram. Because to have a mammogram, it's a lot of breast manipulation, right?
That's for sure. You're sandwiched. Yeah. For sure. And, absolutely.
And what happened was that her, the gummy bear that she had in there ruptured. Now, when she had gotten the breast augmentation, the doctors told her, no, it can't rupture. Well,
that must have been a nightmare.
It ruptured, and she said she knew it ruptured because the next day when she woke up, her breasts were not the way she knew them to be. And so what had happened, it ruptured. Oh my God, wasn't it like glue? So she showed in a bucket.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
It is dangerous because it's like wallpaper glue with chewing gum in it almost. So it's like this. It's very stretchy, and that stuff goes all over your body, and they have to try and get that out.
Who's responsible?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
You go with that,
and we'll figure out who's responsible.
Just imagine a natural alternative for targeted fat loss without invasive surgery or procedures. Sounds too good to be true? Introducing Anion Cupping Therapy. Beyond traditional cupping, which effectively eliminate toxins from the body, anion cupping is an advanced therapy that also releases negative ions, far infrared, and more, delivering added benefits for overall body transformation. Sometimes when it's too good to be true, it's simply revolutionary. Learn more by visiting LHP4beauty.com and search Anion Therapy. Get informed. Get transformed.
So we're back on Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way, and we're talking about all things body, like all things health and unhealthy, right?
Yeah. A little frightening too.
And so how would you, like, people, there's so many things on the market, on the market today.
Right.
So many things coming out of China, so many things coming out of all parts of the world, so many things being created here. How does one choose? How do you choose?
For me, first of all, I have, there's a couple, husband and wife, they're my suppliers for me. They're part-time in Asia and part-time here. And what they do is that they bring product and technology from, different parts of the world. And it's already tested, tried, and true. So by the time it gets to me, it's a given, right? So I don't have to go through that process.
Right.
Once it lands on me, it's good to go.
Right.
So I'm fortunate in that way. So what it does is two things. It puts me ahead of the pack,
right?
Basically, because when I get it, nobody else has it,
right?
Right, and it also
and you like that.
Oh, I love that. I love it, and then it saves me the headache,
right,
of having to.
You got your mouth on that microphone?
Is my mouth? Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, yes. Good. So, and more importantly, it's exciting for me to be able to share with the clients,
right,
to share with people,
right,
to be the go-to, to say, oh my God, what does Lisa have next? Like, what do you, it's like, it's so funny the way my clients are. They're like, okay, so what's, yeah. What do you have now?
You know what? So, I mean, I hear you when you say that, and I completely understand what you're saying, because we have, I don't know if our checks and balances are always, like our FDA stuff is
right,
always 100%, right?
Right.
Because a lot of technology, like I'm just going to talk about what I know. It's like the morning after pill. Remember when the morning after pill came to America?
Absolutely.
There was so much controversy
for sure.
about it. And I remember that thing being around when I was 16 years old, right?
Right.
And so 16 years old, that's like that's late 70s, early 80s, right?
Okay.
And it only came to America like 15 years
Not that long ago.
Not
right.
that long ago,
right?
And there's so much controversy about it. I'm like, get over yourselves already.
Right.
Then we also had, when I was growing up, because I worked in my doctor's surgery, and we had that thing that you could slot underneath your arm, the birth control.
Yeah, the birth control. Yeah,
you put at the chip. I don't know what it was called. Like they put, and I had said to my doctor at the time, "Can I get it?" And he was like, "No,
right."
He was like, "No, you can't have
do that."
And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Those were people. That was actually designed for people that don't know how to manage themselves.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like but so when it came here, it's like, so much controversy about it, so much this, so much that. It's just so we're like, seems like Europe is 20 years ahead when it comes to their medications, when it comes to, and half that stuff is not expensive, right?
That's true.
But when it comes here, it's like so expensive.
Shoots up. Yes.
Yeah. The markup. So I'm going to say that, like, the FDA, yes, it's good to have the FDA, but I think the FDA is not really that good. Shh. I don't want it to come and get me. Yeah, but I just think like I just don't think we educate our people on people just pop stuff and they don't check it out. So your clients, I'm sure you've done the work, you've done the due diligence.
Right.
The people that are selling you stuff has done the due diligence.
Exactly.
You have, because I see materials that you have.
Right.
But I just don't think that when it comes to our health and well-being, we don't educate ourselves that much.
Well,
or we don't take our own health, but most people are doing it now. But I don't think we take our health into our own hands.
We should a lot more, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think we trust doctors, and I'm not trying to give doctors a bad rap, but they're people too. And
they're on jobs.
They're on jobs just like we are.
And they get their days just like everybody else.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And so you just have to be that person who, I'll go to the doctor, but I'm going to do my own homework.
And you have to know your body. You have to
understand,
become body aware.
Yes.
So you have to know what works. Because I remember when I had a fibroid embolization.
Oh boy.
Right? I had this years ago now. And I literally did a whole research project on this thing. And when I went to the doctors, I had like 100. I'm not kidding. I had a book with 100 questions.
Oh wow!
Right. And the reason why I had 100 questions, I know a lot of these questions he knew, right? He did know them.
Okay.
But I knew the answers, and I wanted to know if he knew the answers. The answer. That I had,
that's smart.
Or his answers were better than mine.
Okay.
Right. So when I went into the doctors and I said to him, I have 100 questions. He goes, what? I said, I have 100 questions.
Literally.
And he said, let me see. So I showed him my book. And he was like, oh my God, you have 100 questions.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, Dr. Little Hands, I called him.
Oh boy.
Because he had the smallest hand. He was the tiniest little man, but he was wonderful. Okay. And he said, in all the years that I have been working and doing these surgeries, hysterectomies, fibroid embolizations, myomectomies, no one has ever walked in here with 100 questions.
Book.
Right. He goes, I'm excited to answer the questions. And he was excited.
Wow.
Because it's like, it's a conversation, right? Now there's a back and forth, right? Making sure my understanding is clear, making sure I'm understanding. He was a great doctor.
That's a good doctor. Yeah.
And, but he said a lot of people don't. They just come in and literally just lay at his feet.
Wow.
He could put cat organs on.
Oh gosh.
And be like, okay, this works.
Whatever.
Yeah. But like, so what would you say? What would you say to people who are looking to enhance themselves, even with wigs and things?
Right.
Because they have chemicals in them.
You know your stuff. That's
all
right.
That stuff, they have chemicals in them, and what would you say to people who are looking to enhance themselves?
Well, first off, I would say do your homework.
Right.
This day and age, the internet is just like
chock-a-block.
A wealth of exactly. And of course you have to sift through and but you have enough comparisons there that you should be able to deduce what part is fluff and what part is okay, I've read this like 6 times already, so there's probably some truth to it, right? And to see really what's available. And so my excitement for tonight was to be able to tell people, that there are options. There are options for a lot of the things out there that they're cutting themselves for, weight loss.
I saw a picture of something that you just showed me, which I might actually come and do. The thing with the belly stuff.
Yes.
Right? Because I've been working out, I've been exercising. Yes, I do poo. And But like I was saying that, like when you showed me the picture, and I was like, wow, in the amount of toxin this woman had in her body.
Exactly.
I'm like shocked. I'm scared that like I would have a lot of toxins. And then I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like that frightens me a little bit.
But
right?
you know, it's not painful.
Right.
It's
no. I'm not talking about the procedure. I'm talking about seeing all these toxins.
Got it. Well, that's a good thing. When you see those toxins, if you see them, that means they're no longer in.
Right. That's true.
They're out. So look at it in a positive way. Like that.
That woman looked like she lost 20 pounds.
She did.
And she was a little woman.
And but it didn't look like it from her stomach.
Right.
Because sometimes we carry in different places. And there are some people, you can work out and do whatever you want to do. And somehow that little pouch.
My pouch.
Just wants to.
I won't call it a pouch.
It wants to live.
It's a little bit bigger than a pouch. Actually, it's way bigger than a pouch. If it was a pouch, I wouldn't concern myself. Is this our last segment? Yes. Wow,
that was fast.
Oh my God. So please share with the people your information. How can they reach you? How can they find you?
Okay. So,
I mean, even though you're very select.
Yes. It's private by appointment only. Excuse me. Private by appointment only. But, you know, it's if you call in, the website is LHP, the number 4 beauty.com. And if you go to the website, you will really get a good feel for just how vast the offering is. And if you have any questions, the telephone number is there. You can obviously
give them a telephone number anyway.
Call in
because this goes evergreen.
So it's 866-916-6504.
Right.
And
you should get in contact with her.
And you really should. Because
you're...
I haven't even skimmed the surface.
Right. Wow. So if you want to get in, I think one of the things that I think that it's good to tell people, and what I like that you said tonight, was that if you're an individual or you know an individual that is experiencing cancer and is going to get any form of chemo treatment, and they have long, luscious hair or hair that they would like to, you can make that into a wig. I think that is like,
and I don't know that there's anybody who really does that.
Right.
And, you know, again, it's about who you know, right?
Right. It is about who you know.
It's about who you know. So I'm really word of mouth. So the people that also I'm part of Gilda's Club as well. Gilda's Club is an organization for people suffering from cancer. So I get women from there as well, and believe it or not, men sometimes.
Okay. Yes, men have cancer too, and they have breast issues and toxins and all kinds of varicose veins. And
exactly.
And they even I saw this thing on TV where the man had a vein in his balls.
That's not nice.
No, but he was. I saw that on Embarrassing Bodies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was in pain.
Well, I think the take home is that if there's veins, cellulite, belly pudge, little things that nothing, stretch marks. I forgot to say that. I actually have an answer for stretch marks, which is huge.
And if you're a black woman out there that you think you don't crack, trust me, you're drooping. One day you will wake up drooped. So on that note, I wish you a good evening, and thank you so much for coming on the show. You can come in again.
Thank you for having me. It's fun.
Because there's so many stuff to talk about.
Yeah, tell me that.
So thank you, and I will see you guys. No, will I see you guys next week? I'm off. Yeah, I'm going to my sister's funeral. Yeah. So I will see you when I get back. Bye.